Hey y'all, how you doing? Merry Christmas. Oh, lots happened um, since I posted the last video. It's been almost 2 years now. Just want to say thank you to everybody out there. I appreciate all support that you've shown. I really didn't expect as many people to comment and show support for really what's going on in society today, but personally to me, it's meant the world. Never had that before in any situation, so that was really cool, and thank you. It really meant a lot. Lots happened. A lot of people have been asking for updates. I can start basically where the last video left off was a restraining order. I said, God forbid the person I become, if anything happens to my kids, in a text. So from that point on, I couldn't have any contact, although I still said I want to see my kids on birthdays and stuff like that. My eldest lived with me for about 6 months until I got laid off from my job due to financial strain and my current situation, which is I'm 40 years old and had to move back in with my mom. If you can imagine that. So due to that and just a bad dynamic, I had to send her to live at her mother's. And about a week after I sent her to live at her mother's, I checked myself into rehab for alcohol. Never really been an alcoholic in my life, but that was my coping mechanism, as it was about 3 years previous, or 2 years previous to this incident. I had a little bout with alcohol, so that didn't look good on me. Yeah, so I knew that the best place for her was with her friends in her house with her sisters, and not necessarily her mother, but some place that was good for her. Shortly after that, she visited a few times, and then all of a sudden she wouldn't talk to me anymore. None of my kids really. There's been her whole side of her family working against me, and her working against me. So I'm the bad guy. I don't force the issue. So I've kind of just let all go. I got a divorce. I went in, and after how she'd been playing these tactics, I refused to talk with her or have anything to do with her, because every situation is used against me as an attempt to make me out to. I mean, I took all of my kids out to a Texas Roadhouse not long after that last video I posted, and I told her, if she could drop the kids off at Texas Roadhouse, meet me. It's an hour and a half drive for me, and well, no, it's an hour drive for me, and about a 5-minute drive for her. And I told her, I said I'd like to have lunch with just the kids and I. She decided to invite herself, which she didn't order any, which I was cool with. I didn't say anything, didn't make a scene, let her walk in and sit down. So, we came to order. We were talking and not talking, she didn't have anything to say, just sat down in the corner on her phone, texting her boyfriend. And came time to order, she didn't order anything. And I said, if you're not going to eat or order anything and you're not going to talk, why are you here, Katie? Oh, well, I can go outside. I said, well, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. So she goes outside, and of course that kind of ruined it, made everything awkward, which is her. I don't know. So I go outside to the car, and I said, Katie, I didn't mean to be rude, but I thought I was clear, just me and the kids. I was planning on having lunch. And before I could even finish my sentence, she was already screaming and yelling at me and making me out, to be the bad guy in front of the kids. And that's whenever I knew it ain't gonna, there's no point. I requested to see him on holidays. I requested to see him on Christmases. I requested to see him on birthdays. I was told, oh, well, we had plans, blah, 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 always giving excuses. So I went to divorce court, and I told my lawyer, I said, sign everything, sign all the property. She can have everything. I don't have anything after being together for 17 years. This is what I have after 17 years of marriage. I have one of my beehives. I used to have an apiary. I love bees. Working with them really calms me down. It's a cool hobby. Y'all should pick it up. I got my toolbox. I got a couple totes. We had like 60 of those totes. And yeah, so that's basically, that's it. That's what I got. 17 years of marriage. And that was my choice. Gave her everything, to try to give her everything she wants so that she's happy and is willing to work with me to see the kids, which that didn't work. She is dead set on being, 100% I'm to blame here. So I ain't gonna play the victim. I've never really, I've always been the one to blame and the bad guy. So I never really, somebody, if I don't know how you put it, if somebody wants to make you out to be the bad guy, there ain't no point in fighting it, because you already know that person. You already know what they think about you, so why play that game? So yeah, that's the update. The judge in the case, after it was all over, she looked at Katie and she goes, I don't really think it was necessary to get a restraining order and file an adult abuse case. She filed an adult abuse case against me, which the judge dismissed, and she also dismissed the restraining order after having it on me for almost 2 years as a temporary restraining order for 2 years, which never went through, which was odd. But yeah, the legal system basically screwed me. I reported her to CPS for leaving the kids home alone. They found no wrongdoing because the state of residence doesn't have any laws as far as leaving children home alone. And they found no wrongdoing, and then after that, the judge granted a restraining order, and yeah, so that was pretty much the end of my parental rights, my ability to get my children and take them for the weekend, my ability to have any contact with her to see the kids. That went on for over a year until we went to court and we were given a website to talk through, to set up, arrange. At that point, I absolutely refused to communicate with her at all. The last time I seen all my kids was the summer of 2024. So about 6-7 months ago, I took them all to the boat races, and we had a good time, and since then, it's they're not allowed to contact me or nothing. So definitely didn't handle the situation best. A lot of people on here have said, you're too nice, you're trying to make something work that ain't going to work. And man, there's so many things I would have done different. First off, I would have never left that house. I would have changed the locks. I would have taken the vehicles, taken all the keys to him. I wouldn't gave her shit and told her not to come back. That's what I would have done. If I could do it all over again, I would not have shown her a bit of mercy. I would not have tried to make it work. For the sake of my kids, even, I would have been just dirty, just like she was dirty to me. And I think that's definitely how that should have went down. And I think the reason that I wasn't that way was out of weakness. I think personality weakness, call it whatever, I don't know. Man, played that shit wrong. So sorry about the language, but yeah, that was definitely not done right. So now, after I've lost everything, even the relationships with my kids and my wife, and I had a pretty good relationship with all my kids. We had a lot of fun. We used to always go four-wheeling and out to eat and out to the kid places and the splash pads and the zoos and the attractions and the theme parks. And I can't even it's hard to even think about how it makes me feel going from having a loving family to nothing overnight. And the only peace of my heart is to think that they're happy, they're safe, and I got big concerns about that. But that's not my place anymore, and might get a lot of bad judgments over that. But to be honest, there's nothing I can do. So I probably will be changing the way I live big time. I've always wanted to travel more. Always wanted to hike the AT trail, and I think that I just gotta let that go, and it really sucks. I don't want to. I love my kids. I love my ex-wife. Would never be with her again, but nonetheless, you watch somebody give birth to 6 children. You spend 15, 16, 17 years with somebody. It's something that you can't not feel for them. And in my perspective, of course, that's not true for everybody. I ain't trying to. That's just the way I am. So, probably won't be looking for any future relationships with anybody. Probably. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen next. But I'm living at my mom's house at 40. So, yeah. She's got a nice place out here, though. So anyway, I know there's a lot of questions that I probably didn't answer, but I think that I covered really what what most people were looking for was the final result of the kids and how everybody's doing. And I've had 2 heart attacks. Shortly after that last video I made, I had a heart attack here at the house when I was getting ready to go to work, and then I had another heart attack the next day whenever I was getting stents put in on the table, which that one was a bad one. That's the one that really done some damage. But yeah, the reason I posted those videos, there's a lot of people saying I'm putting my family on blast and for views on YouTube, and I'm really surprised at the amount of views that video got. Yeah, I don't give a shit about that. I don't give a shit about. Well, I mean, I think it's cool that people get the story, but views. I mean, I'm not a content creator. I've been pretty hard worker my whole life. But yeah, I put my family and I put that story for not only to record it for myself so that I could go back in time and figure out, my mindset at the time, but I wanted to record it for and post it for my kids so that when they get older, they can, no matter how much bullshit, has been fed into them, they know the truth. So that's who that was for. That was for myself and my kids. And thirdly, I wanted to put it out there as, this shit can happen to anybody. I'd like to think that our marriage was very traditional in a lot of ways. I only caught her cheating on me once, and that was about a year. No, that was about 2 years before I caught her cheating this last time. And I got the whole tears and everything, and panic attack, and I wasn't holding it over her head or nothing. I just, it is what it is. We moved on. The big thing that really set everything in motion, which was the beginning of the end, was I caught her lying about money that I was working hard for. She was stashing thousands of dollars. We'd have thousands of dollars in the bank account. Yeah, she actually got caught stealing from Walmart, and we had over $2,000 in the bank account. She got caught stealing like $200 something worth of clothes with our kids with her. And I called the police station, and I was like, was somebody with her? What's going on? They're like, no, she was alone. So I don't know if there's some Lindsay or you know who I'm saying, the LL going on there or what, but she's a wild one, and I'm not trying to bash her or anything. Everybody makes mistakes. I ain't perfect. She ain't perfect. I realize that. But there's some red flags when you're looking for wife material, and I ignored them all. So if you're looking for that person to spend the rest of your life with, all I can say is don't ignore them red flags, because they will definitely come out real bright down the road. When it matters, when you got 6 kids and 15 years of your life invested, that's when that stuff comes out and shows its full bloom, its full glory. So if you all have any questions, feel free to post some comments. I'll try to get to them. you know, yeah, worked out funny. But I have faith that we're all supposed to live our life and live our path and learn, and this is a tough lesson, but I definitely took something away from it, and that's what life's about. So Merry Christmas. I'm glad that all y'all was there and backed me up and was there to support me. Like I said, it meant the world. It really did. Whenever I'm really, really feeling down, I go into the comments and I read some of you guys' comments, and it picks me up every time. So I love you guys. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year. Make your New Year's resolution a good one. I know I am. Peace.